Hi everyone! Welcome back to English Flow Studio, your calm place to learn real English through everyday conversations. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Ryan, feeling half excited, half nervous about today's topic. You probably know why.
Yes, because today we're going somewhere that makes almost everyone nervous. The airport. Big signs, rushing people, fast announcements. Even strong English learners freeze in airports.
Exactly. Even when I understand the words, my brain still goes, wait, what did they say?
And that's okay. Airports activate your alert mode, even if your English is fine. But today, we'll walk with you step by step, from entering the airport all the way to landing. Simple English, clear sentences, and a calm mind.
And yes, I'll be the confused traveler again. I'm ready.
Perfect. Before we begin, remember to follow and subscribe to English Flow Studio so you never miss our gentle English lessons.
Yes, please subscribe. It really helps us grow and create more calm English episodes. Now, speaking of entering, that takes us into our next scene, arriving at the airport.
You walk into the terminal with your suitcase. Deep breath. You're doing great already.
I can hear the rolling wheels of my suitcase and maybe my heart rolling faster too.
Totally normal. The first thing you see are big signs, departures and arrivals.
Departures means flights leaving. Arrivals means flights coming in.
Exactly. And if you're lost, here's a simple, friendly line you can use anytime. Excuse me, where is the check-in area?
Oh, that's easy. I can say that even if I'm panicking a little.
Good. Another one is this Terminal 2? Remember, terminal just means the airport building your airline uses.
Okay. I see the sign. I breathe. I walk. I'm still alive.
You're doing great. And once you find your airline's area, you just follow the signs.
And that leads us smoothly into check-in counter.
At the check-in counter, your trip officially begins.
This is where I always sweat for no reason.
Completely normal. The staff usually says, "Passport and ticket, please," and you simply hand them over with, "Here you go."
I love that phrase. Works everywhere.
Absolutely. Then they ask, "Where are you flying today?" You answer, "I'm flying to London," or "I'm going to New York."
Okay. Still alive. Still calm.
Next, "How many bags are you checking in?" You say, "Just one suitcase," or "I have 2 bags."
All right. This feels manageable.
Good. Then they give you your boarding pass. Most people tense up when they see it, but you only need 2 pieces of information. Gate, boarding time. That's it.
So I don't have to understand every number on it.
Not at all. Just remember, gate plus time equals peace.
Okay. I think I can do that. And after that, the staff says something like, "Security is straight ahead."
Before we entered the security line, let's slow down for a moment. This part looks stressful, but you're not being judged.
It always feels like my bag is about to take an exam.
and your bag will pass. Here's what you prepare before security. Keep passport and boarding pass in your hand. Take out liquids, small ones. Take out laptop or tablet. Remove metal from pockets.
Yeah, I usually forget something and then apologize to everyone in line.
Everyone forgets things. What matters is staying calm and moving step by step. This is the line that makes almost everyone's shoulders rise up to their ears.
Yes, my shoulders go up like I'm trying to hide inside them.
Let me help them relax. Here are common instructions you'll hear. First, quickly, like real airports. Laptop out. Remove your jacket. Any liquids.
Yeah, that speed would make my brain scream.
Let's do the calm version. Laptop out. Remove your jacket. Any liquids.
Much better.
And if you still don't get it, you say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Could you say it more slowly? Both are polite. Both are powerful.
I will absolutely need those.
Now imagine you walk through the scanner and beep.
Oh no, why did it beep? Did my shoe do something wrong?
A beep doesn't mean trouble. It just means the machine detected metal. They might say, "Please step aside for a moment." And after a few seconds, you're all clear.
Haha, such a beautiful sentence.
Then you pick up your things, take a breath, and we're ready for the next part of your journey. Finding the gate. Now that security is behind us, you're walking freely in the airport again. Your shoulders relax a little, and suddenly, the airport looks much friendlier.
Yes, once I survive security, I feel like a hero. A tired hero, but still a hero.
I get it. Now, you look for your gate, usually a mix of a letter and number, like A12 or 12B. You'll see big signs with arrows, and if you're not sure, the easiest line is, "Excuse me, where is gate 12B?"
That's my favorite kind of question. Short, polite, and life-saving.
Exactly. And you can also ask, "How do I get to gate 12B?" Both work perfectly.
Okay, I'm walking, following the signs. Oh no, Emma. The signs look huge, but somehow I still feel lost.
That's normal. Big airports are like tiny cities. Just follow one step at a time. Look up, find your letter, then follow the arrow.
All right, following the arrow. And this actually brings us to something important. Our next scene, which is gate change.
Ah, yes. Gate changes. The plot twist of every airport story. Sometimes the airport suddenly decides your plane wants to leave from a different spot. Maybe 12B becomes 18A. Maybe B4 becomes C22.
That sounds like my nightmare.
And that's why we'll calm it down. First, how do you know the gate changed? 3 ways. You look at the big flight information screens. The airport makes a fast announcement. Staff near the gate tell everyone.
But Emma, announcements are so fast. It's like they're talking from inside a washing machine.
That's exactly why we'll practice them. But before that, here are the 2 most helpful sentences for gate changes. Has the gate changed? Is this still gate 12B?
Wow. Is this still gate 12B? That word still makes the question so clear.
Exactly. It helps staff give you a simple yes or no. And if the gate has changed, they'll say something like, "The new gate is 18A." Then you just follow the new signs. Calm, steady, no rush.
Okay, that makes gate changes feel less scary. And I guess this leads us naturally to our next scene, which is airport announcements.
Yes, airport announcements, fast, echoey, and spoken by someone who seems to drink coffee for a living.
Yes, they always sound like flight 3 something something, gate something.
Exactly. Why we'll break them down gently. Most airport announcements follow a three-part formula: flight number, destination, action, boarding, delay, gate change, etc. Let me give you an example at normal speed first, like the real thing. Attention passengers on flight 327 to London. Boarding will begin at gate 12B.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. My brain caught some of it.
Now the calm version. Flight 327 to London. Boarding at gate 12B.
Oh, breaking it like that helps a lot.
And here's the magic. You don't need to hear every word. You only need to catch flight, gate, time.
So I just listen for numbers and key words.
Exactly. And if you didn't catch it, just ask someone near you. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Is the gate still 12B?
That feels like a safety blanket.
I'm glad. Now let's practice two more announcement types because they happen often. 1. Gate change announcement. Attention please, flight 510 to Paris will now depart from gate C18. 2. Start boarding announcement. Passengers for flight 204 to Tokyo, we are now boarding rows 20 to 30.
Wow, when you slow it down like that, it suddenly feels friendly.
And that's how you stay calm at the airport. Focus on keywords, not every word.
And speaking of things that make people nervous, our next scene is something we all hope won't happen: flight delay or cancellation.
Yes, delays and cancellations are part of modern travel. Annoying, but normal. Let's begin with a delay. Here's a typical announcement. Attention passengers on flight 327 to London. The flight is delayed due to weather. New boarding time is 4:20 p.m.
That would raise my heart rate, but at least they tell the new time.
Exactly. And here are the most helpful questions you can ask staff. How long is the delay? Will the gate stay the same? Do I need a new boarding pass?
I can use those. They feel simple and polite.
Now, sometimes a flight is canceled. Let's listen to a typical announcement. Flight 510 to Tokyo has been canceled. Please contact your airline service desk.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yes, but you still have options. And here are your lifeline sentences. What should I do now? Is there another flight today? Where is the airline desk?
Okay, those feel like emergency buttons. And I guess after asking these, I have to wait again.
Usually, yes. And waiting leads us to something a little more fun. Our next scene, duty-free shop.
Ah, yes, where tired passengers go to look at chocolate and perfume to feel alive again.
Exactly. Duty-free simply means no tax, so items are usually cheaper. Here's a simple conversation inside a duty-free shop. Hello, can I help you?
And I say, just looking, thank you.
Perfect. If you want to ask the price, how much is this? If you want to buy something, can I pay by card?
I like duty-free. It feels relaxing after the stress of delays.
Just remember one thing. Don't wander too far from your gate. Always check your screen every 10 to 15 minutes.
Good reminder. And after some chocolate therapy, we return to the real world again.
Which takes us into our next scene, boarding the plane. All right, you've waited, you stayed calm, you checked your gate, and now comes the moment everyone waits for, boarding the plane.
This is where I start checking my passport pocket every 15 seconds just to be sure it didn't magically disappear.
Totally normal. At the boarding gate, the staff might say, "Boarding pass and passport, please." You simply give them what they need and smile.
And I can say, here you go.
Perfect. Then they might tell you, "Your seat is 14A. Go straight down the jet bridge." And that's your signal that it's really happening. You're stepping onto the plane.
Wow, butterflies in my stomach already.
Good butterflies. Now imagine walking down the jet bridge. The air gets cooler. You hear the airplane hum.
And then I reach the entrance and see the flight attendant smiling at me.
Exactly. They usually say, "Welcome aboard." And you can reply with a simple, "Thank you."
So far, no panic. Not bad.
And now we step inside the cabin, and that leads us into our next scene, finding your seat. Inside the plane, you'll see seat numbers above or on the sides of seats. They go in rows, like 10, 11, 12, 13.
And I'm always squinting like an old man trying to find 14A.
You're not alone. Let's imagine you're looking for your seat and someone is sitting on the aisle. You can say, "Excuse me, can I get past you?"
Oh, yes, I need that sentence every time. And if I'm not sure about the row, I can say, "Is this row 14?
Exactly. Now, once you get to your seat, you need to put your carry-on bag away. If the overhead bin looks full, you can ask a flight attendant, "Is there space in another bin?"
Usually I just stare at the bin, hoping it magically opens a new space for me.
That works sometimes too, but asking for help is always okay. Once your bag is up, you sit down, buckle your seatbelt, take a breath.
And fight the tiny voice in my head going, "Are we really flying?"
Yes, we are. And speaking of flying, let's move into the next scene, in-flight conversations. Once you're seated, you might hear the flight attendant say, "Good evening, would you like something to drink?" And you can answer, "Yes, water please." Or, "No thank you." Simple, calm, clear.
I'll have orange juice, please. Feels friendly.
Perfect. And sometimes they ask if you want ice or no ice. You can simply answer, "No ice, thank you."
Got it. What if I don't understand what they're asking?
Then this is your best friend. "Sorry, could you say that again?"
That's going in my emergency English toolkit.
And what about the person sitting next to you? Sometimes they want to chat. You can start with, "Is this your first time going to London?" Or, "Are you traveling for work or vacation?"
And if I want to politely stop talking,
Good question. You can say, "It was nice talking to you. I'm going to rest now."
yes, that is very polite and very useful.
And now, after a little chatting and relaxing, comes a favorite part for many people, meal service, which leads us into our next scene, in-flight meal service. On longer flights, they'll offer you a meal. The flight attendant might ask, "Chicken or pasta?" Or "Vegetarian or beef?"
The classic airline question.
Exactly. And your answer can be simple. Chicken, please. Pasta, please. If you don't know what the options mean, you can ask, what's in the chicken? Or, is it spicy?
That's good. I once chose something spicy and then cried quietly for 10 minutes.
That happens. After the meal, they may give you a small dessert, like chocolate mousse, cake, fruit, and later they might walk around offering water or tea.
Okay, meal, dessert, tea, and hopefully a long nap.
Yes, if your brain lets you sleep. And once time passes, you'll hear the captain say, "We will be landing soon." And that brings us into our next scene, landing. Landing is exciting, but also a bit chaotic. People set up, stretch, open the windows, reach for bags.
Yes, everyone suddenly turns into a marathon runner preparing for the race to the exit.
True. But you stay calm. The flight attendant will say, "Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign is off." You wait, breathe, and when the sign turns off, you stand up and collect your things.
Then we walk out of the plane and follow the signs again, right?
Exactly. After landing, you look for two important signs: immigration, or passport control, baggage claim.
Immigration always makes me nervous, even when I've done nothing wrong.
Everyone feels that way. So let's make it gentle. And that takes us into our next scene, immigration. When you arrive at immigration, you join the line and wait for an officer to call, "Next, please." You walk up, smile, and give your passport.
My hands are always a bit sweaty at this moment.
Very normal. The officer will ask a few simple questions, usually these. 1. What is the purpose of your visit? You answer, vacation, business, visiting family. 2. How long will you stay? You answer, 2 weeks, 5 days, until next Friday. 3. Where will you stay? You answer, at the Sunrise Hotel, with a friend.
Okay, that feels simple now. Still a bit scary, but simple.
And if you don't understand the question, use your magic sentence. Sorry, could you say that again?
Yes, I need that sentence tattooed on my brain.
Once the officer finishes, they say, "Welcome to the country." And just like that, you made it through immigration. All right, you've passed immigration. Amazing job. Now you follow the signs to baggage claim or baggage reclaim. Both mean the same thing.
This area always feels like a treasure hunt. You're just hoping your suitcase didn't decide to take its own vacation.
Yes, everyone watches the conveyor belt like they're waiting for a miracle. First, you check the screens. They show which carousel your flight uses. For example, Flight 327, Carousel 7. When you find the belt, you wait and wait. And when you finally see your bag, you say, "There it is!" Like it's an old friend.
Yes, I always talk to my suitcase in my mind. Please be here, please be here.
And sometimes a bag doesn't show up right away. If that happens, don't panic. You go to the lost luggage desk and say, "Excuse me, my bag hasn't arrived. Can I speak to the lost luggage desk?" They'll help you fill out a form and track it.
Okay, good to know. Once I have my bag, I follow the crowd, right?
Exactly. And that crowd usually leads to the final official step, our next scene, customs. Customs is the last checkpoint before you leave the airport. You'll see 2 lines or 2 doors.
Green channel, nothing to declare. Red channel, items to declare.
I always choose green because all I have are clothes and snacks.
Perfect. If a customs officer stops you, they may ask, "Do you have anything to declare?" You can say, "No, I don't, just personal items." Or simply, "Nothing to declare."
That sounds safe and calm. What if I do have something special, like expensive electronics or alcohol?
Then you go through the red channel and say, "I have something to declare." But for most travelers, green channel is all they need.
All right. Customs done, freedom coming, and that takes us into our next scene, leaving the airport.
Nice work. Once you're out of customs, you enter the arrival hall, a big, open space where people wait with signs, taxis line up outside, and the air feels new.
Yes, you can almost hear relief in the air. People stretching, smiling, texting, "I landed."
Exactly. Now you have several ways to reach your hotel: taxi, bus, train, or ride apps. Here are simple, useful lines. "Hello, can you take me to this address? Does this bus go to the city center? Where can I buy a ticket? I'm looking for the hotel shuttle."
I like the taxi sentence. It saves me from trying to pronounce a long street name well tired.
Same. And once you're in the taxi and on the way to your hotel, you finally relax. Your journey is almost complete.
Which brings us into our next scene, final review.
Let's take a gentle moment to review the most helpful sentences from today. You can repeat after me if you want, or simply listen. Here you go.
The universal airport sentence.
"Excuse me, where is gate 12B? Sorry, could you say that again? How long is the delay? Nothing to declare. Can you take me to this address?"
All simple but powerful.
Exactly. And beyond the sentences, remember something more important. You don't need perfect English to travel. You just need clear, calm English.
Yeah, and maybe a deep breath every now and then.
A deep breath always helps. Okay, everyone, we're ready for our final message.
Which brings us into our last scene, closing.
Thank you so much for traveling with us today. We hope this episode helped you feel calmer and more confident about airport English, from the first door to the final exit.
I definitely feel more prepared. Less panic, more clarity, maybe even excitement.
That's the goal. Calm, clear English you can use anywhere in the world. If you enjoyed today's journey, please follow and subscribe to English Flow Studio.
Yes, your subscription really helps us create more supportive English episodes for you.
Until next time, safe travels, gentle practice, and remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need brave English. Take care, everyone.
See you in the next episode.